If you have a muffin top, that is a circle of fat around your waist, this is a major health problem. It's not just unsightly. It's not just something you were aware of and embarrassed about perhaps at the beach. It's a real health issue. And why is that? Well, having a muffin top signifies that you have internal visceral fat. Visceral fat's very different from other forms of fat like subcutaneous fat under the skin. Visceral fat is highly inflammatory. It is itself inflamed. If you were to biopsy it, it looks like pus. It has filled with inflammatory white blood cells. And it exudes. It elaborates inflammatory mediators and delivers inflammation to other parts of the body, whether it's your brain, skin, joints, heart, or elsewhere. So visceral fat, signified by a muffin top, is highly inflammatory. And you may know that inflammation underlies numerous, hundreds of chronic common health conditions. So what's one of the common consequences of having a lot of inflammation? Arthritis. This is very common. So people with a muffin top typically have problems with knee arthritis, hip arthritis, and arthritis elsewhere. People with a muffin top are resistant to insulin. They don't respond to their own body's insulin. That leads to higher blood sugars and eventually type 2 diabetes. People with a muffin top have a low HDL cholesterol. HDL cholesterol is a marker for health and longevity, and people with a muffin top have a very low HDL cholesterol. They also have high triglycerides because this muffin top and visceral fat deliver triglycerides into the bloodstream as well as associated with a kind of eating and diet that causes both high triglycerides and the muffin top. They're all related. People with a muffin top typically have fatty liver. That is a liver that, from excessive consumption of grains and sugars, engages in a process called de novo lipogenesis, which is conversion of carbohydrates to triglycerides. That's why people with a muffin top have high blood triglycerides and triglycerides that stay in the liver and cause, over time, fatty liver, cirrhosis, liver failure. And people with a muffin top are much more prone to cancers like breast cancer, prostate cancer, gastrointestinal cancers. It's not quite clear why that is. It could just be from the chronic high inflammation of visceral fat. But recognize that having a muffin top is not just a cosmetic issue. It is a very serious marker for health issues. But it is something you have magnificent control over. And that's why the Wheat Belly and the Undoctored programs eliminate grains and sugars and address the other factors that allow this kind of surface manifestation to show itself. So people who follow my programs, Wheat Belly and Undoctored, lose their visceral fat and all the health problems associated with it.